This is the review of the 2017 Audi A4, all redone, all refreshed. I hope you'll find this review useful and interesting. Starting with the exterior, this paint comes in scuba blue and looks good, and as with all German cars, high quality paint. The exterior looks better in person. I find it looks a little bland on camera. However, the looks isn't biting your lower lip sexy. It just looks very good. It's a Hugo Boss suit, right? Audi is a truly professional brand, and you see it in the appearance, the slick cut lines, the design that is evolving. It looks really good. Nice spoiler in the back. There are gaps in these wheels, which I don't like that much. There's surprisingly quite a bit of trunk room in this automatically lifted trunk. That's a 32-inch television inside. Seats fold flat, 60/40. Door design is good enough. It has a shade. It has a really good tank-like feel when you close the door, and there is plenty of space inside. The leather quality is very good. The seating position is pretty good. If you're under 6 feet, you'll fit there fine. There is heated rear seats, individual ventilation, and mobile charging, which is very convenient. The front door, on the other hand, is very nice. There is you can see there the B&O sound system. The touch points are awesome. There's a real feeling of quality with everything you touch in an Audi. This thing does come with drive modes. You can have either girlfriend, automatic, dynamic, or individual. The more sporty you make it, the more artificially stiff it feels. Just leave it in auto. You can see the interior styling. Audi is really an interior design company, and it really comes across here with their slick, minimalist, professional styling. The infotainment and automatic transmission have a Star Trek feel and are just as complicated to use. However, there's a feeling of quality here. It's undeniable. Just look at this. It's actually kind of nuts. Speaking of transmission, this is a double clutch, 7-speed, not quite as good as the BMW automatic transmission, but pretty good. This engine does 252 horsepower, 273 torque, 9.8 in the city, 7.7 on the highway. I have a feeling it's even better on the highway because it does like 1500 RPM at 100 kilometers an hour, which is kind of ridiculous. Check out my thoughts on the road. They're very good. Hello, car lovers. Good day at the office again. Driving the 2017 Audi A4. Ross has been getting the hot cars, so we're going to try to provide the high-level review. Now, I want to make a few remarks about this class of cars, because the conventional truth is that the benchmark is BMW, the ones which all the others are aiming for. And of course, I'm going to play a little bit of Mythbusters here with you guys because, well, that's why you watch my show. In reality, 10 years ago, Mercedes was here, super soft. Audi was in the middle, like vanilla, and then you had BMW right here that was super sporty. I propose to you that the industry has gravitated towards the Audi A4. I mean, none of them are really sporty nowadays, with the possible exception of the Lexus IS, which I can confirm, and the Caddy ATS, which I cannot confirm. I haven't driven it yet, but all accounts say that it is a very sporty chassis. All the other ones are luxury sedans which have athletic abilities in terms of their performance numbers. Enter the Audi A4. Since 2009 has been the king of that category. When BMW softened up in 2012, it was not to be more BMW. I propose to you it was to be more Audi. When Mercedes firms up its ride, they're not trying to be more BMW, they're trying to be more Audi. So in effect, de facto, this is the real benchmark. So what are the characteristics of someone who's buying this type of car? Let's call it the luxury sedan with sporty-ish capabilities, at least from a numbers point of view. Well, the first thing you want to do is you want to have a recognizable brand, because people are trying to project a certain image of themselves. The second thing you need to do is have a nice, elegant styling. All right, not too loud, but class. You know, something designer. The third thing you want is you want the high-level interior an interior that makes you feel special. And this car has that in spades. So if you want to think about what it was before and what it is now, it is just more Audi. You're just getting more Audi with the 2017 refresh. So what makes this car special inside? They have a new digital display, which I have to say I'm not really into gimmicks. However, I have to admit it looks pretty good. It seems to me it's tilted a little bit towards me, which is awkward. Usually they're tilted this way. However, it looks good. However, it does make me think that it's something that's going to cost $2,000 when it breaks. I'm just saying. However, that's my personal taste. I think most people who usually lease these cars, nobody owns these cars, will be very happy. The center info display has an excellent resolution. Does this one go in, Ross?
No.
No, it doesn't. All right, so there you go. The gapless finish is so high level, it's not even funny. The minimalist styling, I find, with the vents and the general lack of buttons has a really clean, it has a very clean, modern, minimalist feel, which I find gives you that high-end feature. This steering wheel is very nice. This flat bottom is starting to become a gimmick, but nevertheless, it's very stylish. No question. On the highway, Audi's always had this suspension in a very sweet spot. It's not sporty, but it's not boat. It feels reassuring. And I think most people, once again, who buy these types of cars, we're not going to go canyon curving at all, or canyon carving, I should rather say. I don't think they're going to mind. I think this car has ability, except it'll do it. If you want to drive fast, look, I'll floor it now. Wow, the kickdown's pretty good. Minimal turbo lag. I mean, it's fine. It does what it's supposed to do. Feels like a 6-second car in acceleration. But once again, it's not really begging you to go fast. Other things. Well, the leather quality is good as always. It's not Napa leather, but it is very good. I'm perfectly comfortable with this 50,000 car as is, probably with the S-Line package and 1 or 2 options, maybe 53, 54. Compares very nicely to the BMW 4 Series, because the 4 Series 428, if you get a few options, it can go up to almost to $60,000. You get a color, this, that, it goes up to $60,000. So I think this car is a little bit more of a bargain. How about the visibility? Visibility is great. Another thing that's wonderful about this vehicle is it does not feel like a midsize. It feels, you still feel like you're in a compact European car. Now, without looking at the weights, I know that everyone's getting thinner, including the 3 and the 4 Series, which lost weight from the previous generation. It feels so big. This car feels, I would say, more European, just in terms of, like, you have space here, but you feel nicely wrapped. You know, I'm feeling much more nicely wrapped. Of course, at 100 kilometers an hour, there's hardly any wind noise, hardly any road noise. There's no rattles whatsoever. The B&O sound system is high level, audiophile quality. I mean, I don't think I'd buy this car because I'm a little bit more of a car enthusiast, but I think for the people who are looking for this type of vehicle, this is the best there is, period. I just don't see who else does better. Yes, Mercedes has a more flashy interior once again, and I'm not denying the high quality of the interior design and the interior materials. However, there's just something more compelling about this minimalist style, and that's subject to personal taste. But if I had to own one of the 2 cars, I think I would own this one, right? That's the one I want to go home after when I'm done testing the car. Unless, perhaps it drives incredible, I don't know, but I'm just speaking from the interior design and the exterior design, it really feels good. I'm just going to gun it right now just to show you how much it accelerates. It's got a nice sound. It does pull. I'm feeling me going back, and the shifts fast enough. God, I went from 10 to 14 kilometers an hour there. Really easy. Really easy. Fuel economy is pretty good on this car too. That's another thing you have to consider. I mean, it does the regular routine so well. This just your daily grind. You feel the quality all the time, whether you're grabbing the steering wheel, whether you're lowering or raising a window, whether you're adjusting the climate control. Everything here is so quality. I'm telling you, you're gonna love this ventilation line here in the center of the dash. You're just gonna fall in love with it. So what's the conclusion? The conclusion is, best in class. I wouldn't buy it. The rational person in me would say get an Acura TLX, because on the surface it does everything just as well. The regular drive, the seats, the visibility, it does everything as well, except of course you're paying more, you are getting more. This is so much more refined in every aspect, from the paint quality to the sound system to the leather feels a little bit better. Just everything is, well, it costs more, so it's better. Are we surprised? Are we really surprised by that? It's not just a brand, you're getting a lot more. And that's the review.